Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a rambunctious couple in love that loves reacting to some RWBY.
And volume 3 is like intense.
Yeah, it's got a ton of action in it, which is really great. And we're I think we're getting narrowing down to see the twosomes fight. And so the duos. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
This dress is so cool.
Mm-hmm. The general feels like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he's got to be the one to save it.
It's a shame he's just gonna screw it up.
Yep.
Nice. I'm not so sure her mom was nice.
This is some passer. He's in the picture. And he was going up to somebody that looked like maybe like a younger version of her mom, but
There's a history.
yeah.
What is the big deal? Who is it? Who is she? Winter. Wait. Your sister?
Ah.
Winter! Winter! I'm so happy to see you! Oh, your presence honors us.
Beacon, it's been a long time. The air feels different.
I mean, it is fall, so yeah, it's probably colder. So,
Oh.
what are you doing here?
Classified.
Oh, right. Well, how long are you staying?
Classified.
Of course.
Hmm.
Well, this is nice. I think. You're going to love it here. I know you travel a lot, but so much of Beacon is different from Atlas. Vale, too. The government and school are completely separate. Can you believe it?
I'm more than familiar with how this kingdom handles its bureaucracy. That is not why I came.
Right. I'm sorry.
Nor did I come here to watch my own blood fail so miserably in battle. But it appears I have no choice in the matter.
But we won.
Only a novice would refer to that as a victory.
Damn.
I counted at least 3 strikes missed. Leave us.
Okay.
How have you been?
Oh, splendid. Thank you for asking. I'm actually in the very top ranking of our sparring class. The rest of my studies are going wonderfully, too.
Silence, you boob! I don't recall asking about your ranking. I asked how you've been. Are you eating properly? Have you taken up any hobbies? Are you making new friends?
Well, there's Ruby.
I see. So this is the leader you wrote of? How
Ruby.
appropriately underwhelming.
Thank you.
Greetings, Ruby Rose. I wish to thank you for taking an interest in my sister.
Oh, yes, of course. The honor is in my court.
I have business with the general and your headmaster. But seeing as I'm early, why don't you take me to your quarters?
Really?
Yes. I wish to inspect them and make sure they are up to my personal standards.
Oh, I bet they're not.
Just so you're aware, the bunk beds only look unstable.
Bunk beds?
I'll catch up. Wait, I mean, I will reconvene with you both at a later juncture. At a juncture.
Flapping him at a juncture.
So her sister's intense.
Mm-hmm. That's how Weiss was so uptight at first.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Ice Queen.
Halt!
Excuse me.
Ex-boyfriend?
Do you have any idea who you're talking to?
Shh. Not you.
Hey!
You. So the gaudy ship of yours in town? Guess you're here too.
I'm standing right before you.
So it would seem.
You realize you just destroyed Atlas military property.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, I mistook this for some sort of sentient garbage.
I don't have time for your immature games, Crow.
Wait, you two know each other?
Jeez, you Atlas specialists think you're so special, don't you?
It's in the title.
Well, you know what you really are? A bunch of sellouts. Just like your boss.
I'm not sure what you think you're implying, but I've heard enough.
Oh, I heard too. I heard old Ironwood finally turned his back on Ozpin.
Ozpin?
Weiss, it's time for you to go.
What?
Listen to Big Sister, Weiss. She'll protect you. Just like Atlas is gonna protect all of us, huh?
If you won't hold your tongue, then I will gladly remove it for you.
There you go.
All right, then. Come take it.
What's going on? Some crazy guy just started attacking my sister. Oh no! Who would do such a thing? It's my uncle! What? Take her butt, Uncle Crow!
Oh my god!
Respect, Winter.
Yeah, they're totally gonna bang. Or they have banged.
Yeah.
Or both. Ooh.
Okay. I was wondering what those gears did.
General Ironwood, sir.
What in the world do you think you're doing?
He started the altercation, sir.
That's actually not true. She attacked first.
Is that right?
Well, he checked the property.
And you. What are you doing here?
I could be asking you the same thing.
Now, everyone. There is a sanctioned fight happening just around the corner at the Coliseum that I can assure you has better seats and popcorn.
Break it up, everyone. We will take care of this mess.
Let's go.
Penny.
Hi. Oh, it's so good to see you. Did you miss me? Did you miss me?
Nope.
A word, please.
I think I'm in trouble.
You did kind of tear up our courtyard.
Yeah, I did. Catch you later, kid.
And suddenly, your recklessness makes sense. You're just mad because he whooped butt. That was a draw at best.
What were you thinking?
If you were one of my men, I would have you shot.
If I was one of your men, I'd shoot myself.
Condone his behavior. Retaliating like you did certainly didn't help the situation.
He was drunk.
He's always drunk.
Crow, why are you here?
You've been out of contact for weeks. You can't just go dark like that in the field.
I'm not one of your special operatives, Jimmy.
General.
Whatever. You sent me to get intel on our enemy, and I'm telling you, our enemy is here.
We know.
Oh, you know. Well, thank goodness I'm out there risking my life to keep you all informed.
Crow.
Communication's a two-way street, pal. You see this? That's the send button.
They had reason to assume you'd been compromised.
And I have reason to assume you don't need to be here. Seriously, who invited her?
Schnee will discuss this incident back on my ship.
Oh.
Sir.
Winter.
Oh.
Leave.
Yes, sir.
Harsh.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're so gonna bang.
Go on.
Your little infiltrator isn't just another pawn. They're the one responsible for Autumn's condition.
What?
Despite what the world thinks, we're not just teachers or generals or headmasters. The people in this room, the leaders of the other two academies, we're the ones that keep the world safe from the evils no one even knows about. It's why we meet behind closed doors, why we work in the shadows. So you tell me, James, when you brought your army to Vale, did you think you were being discreet, or did you just not give a damn?
Discreet wasn't working. I'm here because this is what was necessary.
You're here because Ozpin wanted you here. He made you a part of this inner circle and opened your eyes to the real fight that's in front of us.
And I am grateful.
Oh, well, you've got a real funny way of showing it.
The people of Vale needed someone to protect them. Someone who would act. When they look to the sky and see my fleet, they feel safe. And our enemies will feel our strength.
You think they're scared of your little ships? I've been out there and I've seen the things she's made, and let me tell you, they are fear.
And fear will bring the grim. A guardian is a symbol of comfort, but an army is a symbol of conflict. There's an energy in the air now, a question in the back of everyone's minds. If this is the size of our defenses, what is it we're expecting to fight?
Mm-hmm.
So then, What would you suggest
Did
we
you see that
do?
little image? There was like the queen.
I suggest we
Chesspiece.
find our guardian.
And you're sure?
Bad hair, used a scythe, and smelled like my dad after a long day. It was him.
What do we do? Nothing. We stay the course. They have no idea who we are, so we have no reason to worry. Besides, the last of the heavy lifting is being taken care of, thanks to our clever little friend. Speaking of which, it appears we have a new access point.
Anywhere good?
You could say that. Go to your rooms. I'll prepare everything for tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it.
Let's give the crowd a good fight.
The randomization process is complete.
The randomization process. So they are setting it up. But why? Why do they want certain? Oh, such a good smile there at the end.
Yep.
Okay, so a lot of setup in this episode, building the intrigue as what's going on, and then that's a handy dandy virus that'll just be able to go to anything that logs onto that system. They can just now get access to it. What'd you think?
I'm very curious to see what's going to happen now that they have access to the general's phone or device, whatever it is in this world, because he seems so ripe for manipulation. Cinder is so smart that I mean, she's obviously going to be 3 steps ahead of him, but how she's going to position him and use him, I'll be very curious to see. Easy to see where Weiss gets her lack of humor from. Her sister clearly takes herself very seriously, and takes Weiss seriously with some very high expectations for her sister.
Yeah.
Possibly impossible standards that she's expecting from her. It was nice to see that because her sister is a very imposing presence. But it was also great to see how Weiss has gone beyond that, and how Weiss has been able to develop a sense of humor, how she's been able to connect with people in a way that I suspect is still beyond her sister.
Yeah, I think that, RWBY was a great influence on her, and, being part of Team RWBY has been great for Weiss because you can kind of see the path that she would have been on had she just stayed there, and like who she would have become. Not that her sister's like a bad person or anything like that, but she's just very stuffy and, like you said, like ridiculous standards that she has, and just no like warmth there for her sister, and no pats on the back or anything like that. That's probably because she didn't get that from her father, and like maybe like not her. Again, I don't know the family dynamics of what's going on with Weiss's family, but that's obviously something that's like been passed down, is like being hard on somebody, and that's what she feels like. That's how you show love. Maybe is probably how she justifies it. Crow, it was interesting to see that like. So then they were on the same side, but he's like an undercover agent, but like he somehow like, I don't know, outranks her. So like, again, the dynamics there with what's going on with Crow's introduction, I'm curious about too.
It makes sense to me that, because you brought up their father, and while we don't know Weiss's family dynamic, Winter being the older sister, I could see her yearning for her father's approval and that having set her down on this path, because we can kind of see how Weiss is yearning for her sister's approval, and how probably that informed a lot of who she was in the very beginning. Crow is an interesting character. He is he's the maverick. He's the wild card in this. But I love that he is Ruby's uncle. I love that he is like Winter's polar opposite. I still maintain that he and Winter have banged or will bang or both. And I'm intensely curious as to what the history of Maverick's team was. Because like they had that photo, and then there's clearly this history coming up. So I'm excited to learn more about that.
Agreed. You'll let us know what you thought about this episode down below in the comments. And if you want all of our RWBY reactions, we got playlists in the description of this video, along with a link to our Patreon. We can get early ad-free access to our RWBY reactions. We usually film them like, four at a time in a month, and then post them, on the first of every month. So go ahead and check that out.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for RWBY Volume 3, Episode 3, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.